Let's go, everybody. As we talk sports, real take soul faith and base. We are live. It's Friday. It's your favorite day of the week. I'm SP here, back at it. My brother Sean. Sean, how you feeling today?
Feeling good, man. Loving the new intro, man. Loving that intro.
Hey, I'm trying to cook up. I'm trying to cook up. You sent me to HR, so I had to get right. I had to get right. HR sent me right. You sent me to HR. I had to get right. We're working, slightly working. How you feeling today on this Friday, though, Sean?
Oh man, feeling good, man. A lot of sports stuff going on this weekend. College football, NFL. Excuse me. So definitely looking forward to it. A couple fights this weekend. But yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah.
You ready to see Logan Paul get beat up? That's what you're saying?
I'm ready. I want to see Logan Paul get knocked out. Yes.
It might happen. It might happen.
Yeah.
With Logan, it might happen. That's the one. I'm not gonna lie. But the guy that he had the altercations and situations with, if you ever got a chance to check his Twitter, Sean, or X now, whatever you want to call the website, this man dedicated every day, right, Sean? And I probably have to go look it up on here on my screen, but every day he dedicated or posted a different picture of his fiance with all the dudes that she dated with it. And I ain't gonna lie, her list might be longer than Will Chamberlain, but there ain't no disrespect. It's just facts are facts sometimes. And it got to the point that it was so bad that people was questioning, like, hey, Logan, did you do a background check on your lady? But maybe not. Salute Nicholas Brown in the chat. Salute True the King in the building. Salute True. Goat James in the building. MC Roberts in the building. Okay. Oh, but yeah, Sean, he needs your college picks again. So yeah, MC drop the college picks for Sean. And drop questions in the mailbag. I dropped it. Only question I got in the mailbag was from Blue Ball. Blue Ball was like, could he join the stream? Look, I know a lot of y'all been asking to join. I'm about to catch you, Sean, when you're free. We gotta do an open panel with you because everybody want to get in the ring with us. So I'm gonna have to find a time when you're free. We're gonna do an open panel show for y'all. But when we do real take so faith, the basis usually me and Sean, unless you'll see the special guest that get no open panel. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we love to hear from y'all, guys. That's what we got the mailbag for. So if y'all want to talk to us, drop something in the mailbag, and if not, we'll do an open panel episode. Give us more questions in the mailbag. I'll do an open panel episode.
Yeah, maybe a Tuesday or something. We'll sneak one in or something. I don't know. Maybe during the week. Or something.
Not on a Monday, Friday show. That's just me and the shop day. But okay, Sean. So I was just minding my own jolly good business, and watching sports, enjoying sports. Go down my social feed, and I just see Steve Smith Sr., legendary wide receiver. Is he in the Hall of Fame yet?
No, not yet.
Should be. Steve Smith.
Eventually, yeah.
Steve Smith is a dog. But obviously, in the sports world, everybody got a podcast. Now, hey, look, we even got a podcast. We just average Joes chilling. Or, old guys like, retired. You retired now. You done did your thing. Thug Thizzle back in the day, Sean. But everybody got a podcast now, even the athletes. So on Steve Smith podcast, he has this thing where he called a Jag, just another guy. And wide receiver Jerry Jeudy fell under that category. And Steve Smith Sr. he covered a different cloth. Like, if you don't know about Steve Smith Sr., you got to go check him out. Like, it was even at a point in time where he was done. And I always remember this video because it's funny. Cam Newton was still with the Panthers. It was DJ Moore's rookie year. Everybody know DJ Moore ended up becoming a dog. He's playing fantasy. He said this right to his face. Hey, man, Cam, man, should I put this guy named DJ Moore in the game? Is he going to actually give me some numbers? But he a rookie. Should I put him at the flex position? Then he goes, man, he was talking to Cam at this point in time. So then he goes to DJ Moore, to his face, and say, hey, man, is you a wide receiver? Should I put you at flex? You're not really a wide receiver yet. No. Should I start you or this person? You should start me. He said, if you don't score no points, I'm going to slap you to his face. So Steve Smith is that type of dude. So when I seen the situation before, I seen him, like, once I seen him go off on TV, and I'm going to talk about this too. He said, I tried to apologize. That shocked me out back because I know Steve Smith is like straightforward cutthroat. So for him to try to apologize, that means he kind of got love for the kid. So I guess he tried to apologize to Jerry Jeudy. And I'm going to get the exact quotes because, Sean, I want your opinion on from what you was hearing before you heard what he said about the situation. But when I heard he tried to apologize, I'm like, oh man, I'm shocked about that. And then we seen the mic drop on TV. But what was your initial reaction to seeing it while I pull up the exact quote?
So when I saw it, because I was watching some of the pregame stuff last night or whatever, Steve Smith is what most people would define as a real one, right? He's just a real one. You ain't got to agree with him, but he's just a real one. That's just who he is. So, and I always appreciate that about it, even when he was playing. When he would tell, like young corners like ice up, you know what I mean? Like that's just how he gets down, Excuse me. So but the fact that he said, hey, Jerry Jeudy, I said some things about you. I called you a jag or just another guy or whatever. But the last couple of weeks, you have been playing better. You've been showing why you were that first round pick out of Alabama, blah, blah, blah. So he went over to basically say, hey, I'm my bad or whatever. But the way Jerry Jeudy responded, obviously, was kind of wild. Like, look, you've had a good couple weeks, but let's be real. There's a reason why Jerry Jeudy is considered on the trade block from Denver. It ain't just because Denver sucks. It's because Jerry Jeudy, for as talented as he is, and what he was coming out of Alabama, was a great route runner. He had very good hands. He could get open. I was very high on him coming out of Alabama, higher on him than some other Alabama receivers who I'm not going to name at this point. But just because he was just that good at Alabama. Now, again, some of it has been they've had inconsistent quarterback play, but even with inconsistent quarterback play, he's been just very inconsistent from the start of his career to present. So
he ain't showed me nothing. Even with some wide receivers, you could just look at him and just be like, yeah, if he actually had a guy, he can do something. He didn't even show me with that situation. I'm just like, yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, and then the other part, and let me say this real quick. I have no problem with somebody not liking to be criticized. Right? I don't think generally people like being criticized. Where I have a problem is understand the source from where the criticism comes, right? If a future Hall of Famer, a multiple-time Pro Bowl wide receiver criticizes you, there's a reason why he criticizes you. And I'm going to guess it ain't because you didn't take his daughter out on a date.
That's true.
He's seeing what's happening between the white lines. And the criticism comes from him seeing what's happening between the white lines. Right? He didn't criticize you as a hot take. He criticized you because of your inconsistent play. And that's what it comes down to. So ultimately, Jerry Jeudy, any other young receiver, that dude is GOAT level as it comes to the wide receiver position. And didn't come in the league touted as his all-time receiver. He came in the league as a returner who turned himself into one of the best
receivers
of his generation.
So, and then, not to cut you off. I believe he was more adamant to talk to Jeudy and be on Jeudy because he actually can relate to his situation. Because how many out of Steve Smith played how many years?
Like 17.
17 years. I guarantee you more than half of them years he went in a good quarterback situation. So he understands that how that is. So obviously he know what you're going through, but I can never still say no matter who Steve Smith quarterback was, he wasn't impactful.
Right.
And that's the point that Jerry Jeudy not getting. But go ahead. Sorry to cut you off, but go ahead.
No, you good. No, you good. So yeah. So my thing is, don't focus on the fact you're being criticized. Focus on what the criticism is about and use it. Right. And I think that's to me the biggest issue. Like ultimately, yeah, you're so used to guys telling you how great you are and blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada. You've been getting this since you were a small kid. Now, the moment somebody says, well, no, you ain't as great as you think you are, or you're not living up to the hype that you came in with, it's coming from a place and not just, again, I hate you. The place comes from you're not performing up to expectation. It's as simple as that.
Agreed.
But that's it.
No, I agree. You hit it right on the head. So this was the mic drop moment, right? He said, imagine, I'm gonna tell you Jerry Jeudy stats for the day too to prove a point, because now you got the spotlight on you now after this situation that happened. He said his response was Ninja. We're gonna use Ninja because obviously I knew Steve Smith was saying when he said that, but he made you come. So he said, I'm just gonna use the word Ninja. He said Jerry Jeudy told him, I don't mess with you. And he used the curse word, Steve Smith said. So I was like, all right, then. He repeated. So I said to you again, I'm sorry that I said you were a jag, just a guy who is an average receiver that they use a first round pick on that isn't doing anything. Then he doubled down on the ones he got on TV and said, I hope today that you actually show up in a way that you haven't showed up in the last couple of years since they drafted you. So if you ever got a problem with Agent 89, I'm sorry for saying that you are an average wide receiver that they will eventually move on from. And when teams call me and ask, should they trade for you? I will say no. Don't trade for Jerry Jeudy because he is mentally unstable to handle constructive criticism from people who watch specifically to see, can he be a wide receiver? He can be a wide receiver. He's a tier 3 receiver. That was, I seen it. I said, I'm like, that. Hey, leave Steve Smith alone, bro. Leave Steve Smith alone. Sean, when I first heard that and I seen the video, I was just like, bro, whoa, he wow. But in facts, and I'm gonna make sure I look it up so I get the exact numbers right. Jerry, I'm typing in live right here, guys. So we're gonna go through it together. Jerry Jeudy stats after that debacle, and he's mad. I don't rock with you. You called me an average receiver. He gave you 3 wrecks for 14 yards. I mean, you ain't helping yourself. I don't got nothing against Jerry Jeudy. I like Jerry Jeudy too. I'm a big Alabama fan. Roll Tide. But you not helping yourself, brother. You not. He not. Sean, he not. He literally just went out there and proved everything that Steve Smith said to a T. Because if you perform, you can make somebody look like they're just hating on you. Like how people hating on Deion Sanders, but that's a different story. Because he's at least coming out there performing. So you could complain about the watch and all that, but it's just like, you can't complain about my criticism if you're not showing up on the field. 14 yards for a receiver. Who the best receivers on the Broncos right now? Courtney Sutton? Is that it?
And Jerry Jeudy.
So you at least a number 2. 14 yards ain't gonna cut it as a number 2. It's not. But I want your reaction to the actual.
No. But it also doesn't help if your quarterback throws for less than 100 yards.
Oh, that too. That one right there. Trash. We letting Russ cook? No, we not letting Russ cook at all. I can't let him cook at all.
Right.
Taj in the building. Taj, salute to the tribal chief. Yeah, salute to the tribal chief. That's WWE, Sean. That's over the top. Unless you know about the tribal chief.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Look, Sean know about the tribal chief. That's what I like to hear, man. Sturdy in the building. Salute, Sturdy.
What up, Sturdy?
Julio Jones is the best Alabama receiver of all time, in my opinion. Do you agree, Sean?
No.
Is he the best one to come out of Alabama? Counting what he did in the NFL?
If you count what he did in the NFL, yes.
But he wasn't. Who was the best wide receiver in Alabama?
At Alabama, the one that got the Heisman Trophy.
I'm going to say, got to be Devontae Smith, right? Okay, I mean, you on the same page. I'm like, got to be Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
Join the Discord, everybody. Dylan Murray said, yo, salute.
What up,
how you guys doing? I'm doing pretty good. He said, wow, don't mess with Steve Smith. No, I'm a big fan of Steve Smith too, but don't mess with him, dog.
Yeah, leave him
don't
alone.
mess with him.
Leave him alone.
Jerry Jeudy is mid. Jerry like that for real. He got Ash Wilson throwing him the ball. Yeah, that's true. Blue ball in the building. What's cracking, SBS? Sean Steve Smith was just giving constructive criticism to Jeudy. Think he already made it. Nah, he didn't, bro. I mean, he made it to the NFL, but he ain't solidified. So people don't realize this too. And Sean, I understand. And you should I want you to actually talk about this because I done went through this with people that I see from here in the city of Chicago. People don't realize, like, every level you go up in sports, and I know you don't play at higher levels of sports and everything like that. You start back down from ground one. Like, okay, you play your elementary school. Let's say elementary school. You the best elementary school. So once you go to high school, you got to work your way back from the bottom, go back up. Now you in high school, you the best kid in your neighborhood, and you go to a college in a different state. Everybody is the best kid for their neighborhood. You starting from ground one. Then you go from there, say you get it to the next level in college. Now you go to the NFL. Everybody was either the best player or second best player on the team or very impactful player on the team. You still got to find your footing. And a lot of people don't understand that. So I was like, can you at least talk about that? Like that people don't get the understanding like of you always starting at ground zero every level you go up. You're not the man everywhere.
Yeah, when you get somewhere new, regardless of what you've achieved, there's a thing where you got to prove yourself, right? Mm-hmm. One of the things I appreciate about Tom Brady was it didn't matter what he did the season before. Every year he would come back feeling like he had something to prove. Because at the end of the day, he still was 199. Yeah. It was still a bunch of teams that passed over him multiple times, and he just kept that inside of him. So it didn't matter that, we just won the Super Bowl last year. That's last year. To me, once you celebrate the Super Bowl, that's it. Time to move on. And a lot of guys, I think, make that mistake, when they, again, to your point, when they get up to certain levels, like, I was the man where I was. Okay. You got to show why you were the man. And sometimes you're going to run into somebody else who was the man where they were. Ain't nothing guaranteed. Right? There's a movie. It's from back in the day. It's called, it was a football movie called The Program.
I never seen that.
Yeah, it's from like 1993. It's with James Caan and Omar Epps and Halle Berry or whatever.
It's a football movie?
It's a football movie. Yeah, it's based about a college football program.
Okay, I'm about to watch it.
It's kind of, it's got some cheesy because it's,
it's the 90s. It's the 90s. I expect
it. But it's got some good moments in it too, right?
Okay.
One of the scenes in the movie is Omar Epps is like a freshman running back coming in. He's the hotness. And so he meets the current running back on the team. And so they introduced themselves. He's like, I think his name was Darnell Jefferson, like Darnell Jefferson, running back. And the guy introduced himself as so-and-so starting running back. And Omar was like, yeah, I know, that's why they recruited me. You know what I mean? But it was great talk. He got to go out there and show it. And he got to go out there and show why they brought you in. Ain't nothing given.
Ain't nothing given.
Ain't nothing given. And so, what I would tell any guy is, yeah, great. You made it to that level. Cool. Now go get it.
Yeah, you got to. I agree with you on that because a lot of people don't understand that too. Yeah. And pick another perfect example, right? Dylan just literally said Smith won the Heisman, right? Heisman winner, best wide receiver in Alabama history. Right now is the number 2 receiver on the Eagles. One of the best teams too, though. He could be a one on a lot of teams, but right now he's a number 2 receiver to A.J. Brown on the team. He's a Heisman winning wide receiver.
Yeah.
Salute G Money.
Yeah. Might be the duo at receiver in the NFL.
Might be. He said, Blue Ball said, SB, the brother dudes on Players' Choice be putting out fake narratives on LeBron, SMH, Coupon TV, the ringleader. Nah, man, it don't be like that. Players' Choice, they be doing their thing. Shout out PC. They be doing their thing. Like up the live, yes, sir. Personally, I don't think criticism, condemning, and ripping people apart is constructive. It is constructive because how can you learn from your mistakes? How can you improve it? If Sean, obviously, Sean, you're not over old, so I'm not, when I say this, don't take it, I'm calling you old. Sean has more experience in life than me, and he done probably went through things that I haven't went through yet. Especially your kids are older than mine, so my kids are still in the baby phase. Once my kids get into the teenage phase, maybe I don't know how to handle certain things, but I could probably call Sean like my brother, hey, Sean, my daughter getting old, I'm trying to react to the situation. Oh, I actually went through this experience before. This is what you can do. So sometimes constructive criticism or even somebody looking out for you can ask for help could help you. Or if Sean see me doing something like, nah, SB, you kind of handling that situation wrong. You should have did better. I done went through this before. I done handled these situations. But instead of just listening to it, and Sean, you know what you're talking about, man? Man, you a hater, Sean. I'm a dad. I can handle this. No, that's where the problem come in at, G Money. So it's needed. It is needed.
Yeah, and the thing is, right, and this is what I always liked about, if you look at the best of the best, they always wanted you to criticize them. They always wanted you to be hard on them. They want you to, when they say coach be hard, that means be critical.
Yep.
Right? If Tim Duncan can get cussed out by Greg Popovich,
you ain't safe.
It's Tim freaking Duncan.
You
He
ain't
can
safe.
get cussed out by, nobody else can complain about getting cussed out by Greg Popovich.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right about that.
You know, so that's all I'm saying. Is like, you know, ultimately, yeah, it's like, yeah, listen, you may not like the volume of the message, you may not like the tone of the message.
Mm-hmm.
The message is the message.
Yeah. See, the G-Bunny, you mentioned a point because you said advice and feedback helps because it tells you what you can do better. Criticism, just complaining, and don't tell you what you need to improve on. That's false. That's false.
Yeah,
that's false.
Yeah. And the criticism can't just be criticism without some level of, here's why I came to this conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know, if you tell your girl this dinner is nasty, but you don't tell her what about it didn't taste good, that doesn't.
Right. And then you can't just get advice with no criticism. You just be like, you know, it'll be because you come off as nice, because a lot of people don't respond, and you just be like, oh yeah, maybe you should put a little more salt on the next time. They're just gonna be like, all right, whatever, cool.
Right.
But if you actually get constructive criticism, like, it was a little burnt, maybe we could have added a little more seasoning or something to it. Like you said, you can't just be like, it goes hand in hand. You can't just be like, it's nasty and don't say nothing. And you can't just give advice without criticizing why you giving that advice. It always go hand in hand. It's like yin and yang. Yeah. But I'm gonna get y'all to y'all comments. We gotta go on to the next part of the segment too. Okay, so Sean, is the Sean Payton signing? Is it getting to the point where Sean Payton is the signing is getting overrated? He came in talking big smack, talking about the old coaches. He took Russell Wilson office. Everything about this franchise finna change around, and I don't see no difference in what I've seen last year. I don't know. Is it Russ? Is it Sean Payton? What's going on,
Sean? So let me say this. First of all, it's 6 games in. Obviously, Denver is not having the season that they expected when they got Sean Payton.
1-5 right now?
Yeah. 1-5. 1-5. 1-5. And that one was a lucky one.
They shouldn't have got that one. They should be 0-6 right now.
Very lucky on their part. But that said, they got it to stand and say 1-5. So I'm not going to throw Sean Payton out just yet.
Okay.
The problem with Sean Payton is, to your point, Sean Payton was doing a lot of talking this offseason. He's doing a lot of talking. And when he criticized Nathaniel Hackett and the coaching job Nathaniel Hackett did after taking over from Nathaniel Hackett, that left him open to be criticized for every little thing he does, including what he did last night at the end of the first half when he took the timeout on 4th down and basically gave Kansas City a free timeout to basically get the ball down and get the 60-yard field goal before halftime. So, yeah, everything he does at this point is going to be criticized. But the reality of it is, I don't know how much of the game you watched last night, SB, and I try not to put a lot in Thursday Night Football because it's not a regular football game. It's not like you got a full week of preparation, full week of practice. You had players had time to really rest and heal. So I try to take a lot from Thursday Night Football. But what I saw last night from Russ is he does not look comfortable at all. And he is not seeing the field well at all. The interception he threw to Nick Bolton, and say Nick Bolton after I'm done with this, by the way.
Nick Bolton
was a terrible interception. Okay. It was a terrible interception. It was, and go back and watch the replay. The reason why it was a terrible interception, and it was a great play by Nick Bolton, but it was a terrible interception because you could tell Russ had already determined where he was going with the ball before he had Javonte Williams in the flat. He takes the underneath Javonte Williams, they pick up 8 or 9 yards, and they keep the chains moving. He gets greedy off the play action and tries to force the ball down on that seam. It was a hook route in the seam, and Nick Bolton doesn't even fall for it. When they run the play action, if you watch Bolton on his drop, he doesn't even fall for it. He doesn't step up like it's a run play at all. He literally drops, and his hips are open to where the ball was going. That's why he's able to make the interception. So, so it was just but Russ is not comfortable. But also it goes back to what we've been saying for years, and people thought we were crazy. Myself and another gentleman by the name of Bees were crazy that the things that Russ does well does not necessarily work well in Sean Payton's offense. And how are they going to find a way to merge the things that Russ does well versus what works in the Sean Payton offense?
You know what's crazy? Because I remember the day when Bees was going crazy. I think Bees was like from Seattle. I'm like, man, Bees, you were hating it. And I just like, you know what? I'm just actually sitting listening to what Bees was saying. And this was like, I think he had like a year left with Seattle. I watched the year, he had a full year with Seattle when he was sick. I think he said this the year before, like the last 2 years. It was like, 2 years, last season with Seattle. So I'm like, I'm just shut up and listen to what Bees actually saying. He was saying like, yeah, this with his pass, and he really showed promise when he run out the pocket. I say, cool. Because I'm like, man, B's got to be hating. He tripping. And I sat and just watched what he said. And I'm just like, nah, Russ might not be that guy. And then it came to fruition. And I'm starting to see it now that Russ ain't that guy. Russ ain't. And yeah, he's going to be gone for sure. He is going to be gone for sure. I don't know where he goes, Sean. But I know if anybody going to be gone, Russ going to be gone before Sean Payton. We can agree on that, right? So if you was a betting man, what would you think Russell will play for next year?
If I were a betting man, I would say Washington.
I can see that. I can see that.
I would say Washington. Yeah, it just right off top, just Washington makes the most sense.
So speaking of where he could get traded at, Sean, I was looking. I sent you this article, right? And I was just like, we be sending stuff like, should we talk about this on the show? The reason why I wanted to talk about this, I got to go back to my phone. And I want to hear your reaction off these trades. I gave you a hint with the names. These are 5 realistic blockbuster trades that we want to see before the NFL trade deadline. That's what the score said. Article wrote by David P. Woods. And when I looked at these trades, I could actually see these happening, and the teams could actually use this person. So I want your feedback on the trade and give me yes or no if you would do it. Saquon Barkley to the Los Angeles Rams. Saquon Barkley will go to the Rams. The Giants will receive a 4th-round pick and a 3rd-round pick next year.
I don't think the Rams do it.
You don't think so?
The Rams got burned when they paid Todd Gurley all that money.
Yeah, Todd Gurley was a dog.
Yeah, he was a dog, but that money, that contract did not go well for them, and they ended up taking a huge hit on it. And I'm not mad with Todd Gurley for getting his money. I ain't mad with no player for getting their money. Get your money. Every time, every cent you can get.
Yeah.
But from the Rams' perspective, I just don't see them trading for Saquon and having to trade for him and then having to give him, this massive contract, which again will probably be right around the same money as Jonathan Taylor, not a little bit more. So no, I don't see the Rams doing that.
And if you was the Giants, would you do it on the other side?
I would only do it if I were moving on from Daniel Jones.
And they ain't doing it. It don't look like they doing that.
Right.
That'll be tough for them. Pay Saquon Barkley. Come on now. Just pay the man. Okay, the next one. Your boy, Mike Evans, to the Kansas City Chiefs. Mike Evans will go to the Chiefs. The Buccaneers receive a 2nd-round pick, a 3rd-round pick for next year, and Marquez Valdes Scantling.
Marquez Valdes Scantling.
Missed 1,000 yards.
Yeah, if I were Kansas City, I would do it. They have not gotten consistent play from the receiver position yet. They're kind of doing it by committee. But I think at the end of the day, they've got to help and take some of the pressure off of Travis Kelce. because he seems like he's getting banged up every
a lot.
game. So if I were the Chiefs, I would do it. I don't know if the Buccaneers do it because the Buccaneers are 3-1. We're gonna make some picks. They play Detroit this weekend. I'll make some picks here soon. But they're competitive. If they weren't competitive, if they were like literally last in the division, I would think they would think about it, but I don't see it. I don't see the Bucs doing it.
And then you see Mike Evans once again forgetting that. Man, that man's a walking 1,000 yards, dog.
Yeah,
if the Chiefs was to get there, I don't want the Chiefs to get it because they're in my team division. But if the Chiefs was to give them, it's over. It's chicken. Right. All right. Kirk Cousins to the Jets. Kirk Cousins will go to the Jets for a second-round pick next year.
If I'm the Jets, I don't do it. I don't do it. Yeah.
Why not?
Because I think the Jets are committed to Aaron Rodgers. If they weren't committed to Aaron Rodgers, then I would say, yeah, it was more of a possibility. But you don't generally see quarterback rentals in the NFL, right? You might see a running back rental or receiver rental.
You can plug them in.
Yeah, you don't see quarterbacks like that doing it like that. So if I'm the Jets, I'm probably going to stick with Zach Wilson, at least for now, because by the time you brought in somebody else like Kirk Cousins, probably take them a good month to get acclimated to the system, to the calls, things like that. Yeah, I don't. If I were the Jets, I would not do it.
No, this would kind of caught my eye, Sean. This would kind of caught my eye. Derrick Henry to the Cleveland Browns. Derrick Henry goes to the Browns for a 5th-round pick this year and a 3rd-round pick next year.
If I'm both teams, I do that deal.
I'm doing it ASAP.
If I'm both teams, I do that deal. Cleveland still has a chance to win that division and make some noise in the playoffs with their defense. And you add Derrick Henry, yeah. If I'm Cleveland, I'll do that deal. And Tennessee, Tennessee is basically, they're going to start their rebuild. So so if I'm both teams, I do that deal.
And then I thought about that with Tennessee possibly might try to do the rebuild. I'm not saying that he ain't better than Kirk Cousins because he might be worse than Kirk Cousins. But why didn't they just call for Ryan Tannehill? If that was the case, go get Ryan Tannehill. They probably get rid of Tannehill. They got 2 backup quarterbacks, especially that they both don't believe in. And if you're trying to rebuild a Tennessee, you're gonna try to lose anyway. So I expect the kid from Kentucky or Malik Willis probably be starting. They could lose all the games they want to lose and get back right.
Yeah.
The next one, this was kind of tough. This is the Lions and the Panthers trade. The Lions will receive Brian Burns and a 6th-round pick and the Panthers will receive Jamison Williams and a 3rd-round pick.
I do that deal for both teams.
I do it too.
I do that deal for both teams. Yeah, I would do that deal for both teams. Yeah.
If they could, the Lions could find a way to get Brian Burns and Aiden Hutchinson rushing.
Yeah,
I can see the Lions make. I ain't saying they make it out the NFC, but they make a deep run with Brian Burns. With Hutchinson rushing. Oh my God.
Yeah. I would do that if I'm the Lions. I do that deal. I think Jamison Williams would be exactly what you need with Bryce Young, because obviously he played with Bryce Young in college, and just to help his confidence long term. Yeah, that's a heck of a deal. That's the best one. I actually like that. I would do that deal. Yeah, I'd do that.
That's the best one. Let me know what you guys see in the chat. Let me know how you guys feel about the trades in the chat. Salute everybody. Salute. I know I see y'all going crazy. I'm on the other side with the banners. But speaking of trades that was going on, we're going to take a quick switch to the NBA court real quick. 76 James Harden, actually, after all that capping and all that lying, I ain't going to show up. I'm done with the team. Showed up. Training camp. Been playing because you know why, Sean, he showed up? Because it's his contract year. And if you don't play, you won't get paid. And obviously, Mr. Harden, yes, you go down as the top 5 shooting guard of all time. Yes, you was one of the greatest scorers of this generation. Yes, you an MVP. Yes, you're a 6-man. But guess what, brother? You on the back end of your career. And the NBA loves getting rid of old people to make new talent. So James Harden realized this is my last hurrah at the contract. Why would I do this? But obviously, he practiced with the 76ers. Said, I'm going to be here. I'm going to show up and play. I know why you're going to show up and play your contract up.
Right.
they had a press conference, and he pretty much explained that him and Daryl Morey relationship now is like a bad marriage because the trust is gone and they can never repair the situation.
Right.
What's your first part? It's another part, but I want your first part off that reaction when he said that. He said the trust is gone, the relationship is unrepairable.
Well, two things. One, you don't have to like the boss to come to work.
That's true. I've had a couple jobs like that.
You know, I'm not gonna go there because I don't want to call out names. I ain't, corrupt. But anyway, the point
you don't have to call out names, but you can get your
point. No.
Bleep.
Yeah. And I've worked for some pieces of work in my career, to say the least. The point is that you don't have to like your boss to come to work. Do they have a great relationship in Houston? Yes. Why do they have a great relationship in Houston? Because they basically let James Harden do whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
That's what it came down to. They let him do what he wanted. If James wants to cancel practice so he can go to Vegas, James can say practice is canceled. And they have that on full account. Now, Daryl Morey is a piece of trash. And to tell you what type of piece of trash Daryl Morey is, Daryl Morey would do stuff like, with assistant coaches, they have to negotiate contracts, right? That's the way it is. They're under contract just like head coaches, blah, blah, blah. What Daryl Morey would do was wait until the last minute to negotiate contracts so he could lowball assistant coaches when all the jobs were dried up.
Wow.
That's how Daryl Morey gets down.
I don't know if that's smart or bogus. That's kind of both.
I mean, both things can be true.
Yeah, that's bogus.
But what it says is you're not someone who necessarily negotiates in good faith. Right. So that's how he gets down. That's the type of person he is. Right. So it's not surprising that Daryl Morey conducts business the way he conducts business. Now, the fact that he and James Harden didn't have a conversation at the end of the season, that's really different. One of your best players, you always talk with your best players at the end of the season, regardless of the disappointment of how the season might end, or if you won a championship, how great the season was.
Correct.
That's the way it is. And the fact they didn't talk was telling. But it also said that, James Harden thought I did the organization a favor by opting out last year and taking less money to upgrade the roster. So it was probably with the handshake of, yeah, we'll take care of you on the back end. Don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. James Harden wanted a max contract.
That was crazy.
The Sixers basically said, nah, we want to maintain cap flexibility. And to be very clear, Daryl Morey's job is to look out for the Sixers. That's his job. But because of his relationship with Harden dating back to Houston, you would have thought it would have been a little different. No. Now, here's the other side. If you don't want to keep James Harden long term, James Harden is like, well, trade me to the Clippers. Daryl Morey's like, no, I'm not trading to the Clippers unless I get the deal I want.
Yep.
What you're starting to see, and the Dame Lillard deal is emblematic of this. These teams and these execs want control of their teams back.
Yep.
They tired of players controlling their teams, and that's how they're acting.
They ruined it.
Yeah. So to me, that's what this is really. That's what this is really about. Is that James Harden can no longer do what he want to do. He got to come in the house by a certain time.
You ain't run the household no more now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, it ain't just you come in the house whenever you want. No, you come in the house when I say.
And everybody got to follow rules point, and then it's different when you the man, you MVP, you got control, you ain't MVP no more. And go James, it's crazy that you said that the Lakers said a roster spot when I was telling Sean before that I was seeing that. Yeah. Sorry, that's my lady. But yeah, so the Lakers having an open roster spot. It been a fake report going on that Mark Stern said that the Lakers declined to trade for Harden. It was for D'Angelo Russell and Rui Hachimura. I don't know if the Lakers even want James Harden. Then obviously, if I'm a GM and I know it's turmoil going around, I'm gonna go get a low ball offer for this guy because I know he just grown, so I know you want to leave. So at some point, you're gonna want to get rid of the guy. G Money said James Harden needs to understand and agree that the Sixers have a good enough roster to compete for a chip. He needs to stop whining and change his game. He ain't gonna change his game, G Money. James Harden got too used to what he was doing in Houston. He ain't gonna change his game at all. Salute Lakers and find what's going on. He not gonna change his game at all.
He is what he is.
And this is what I hate when people do, right? Because I know a media answer when I hear media answer, and I've been in media school, so I know certain things you want to say and do, how you supposed to say it. One mistake that I'm going to tell you one thing I learned in media school, Sean. One thing that we got, like I had to stop doing, and I still do to this day, it's hard to get rid of, but I still see professionals do it. But my teacher was on my butt about like trying to be different. Like, I want to be better than everybody. The or in between. So, hey, how you feel about this? That. Like, get rid of saying the on air like that. But James Harden said, I want to retire at 76ers, but the front office didn't have that in their future plans. That was 100% a media answer. Because you has not been satisfied in Houston, where you had 100% control. You go to the Nets, you weren't satisfied. The 76ers, you was already complaining during the process, no pun intended by saying process. You was already complaining about the play process. And the process was going on between you and JB that you want to play fast, do you want more ISO, you want the ball in your hands, everything like that. Who knew that you want to go leave? Because how do you know you're not going to pull a Dame Lillard? And when you get that max contract that you wanted, hey, I want to trade. That's all it is. And right. The NBA is picking up on that, which you guys keep asking for these contracts and asking for a trade. It's going to be another rule that's be implemented, and it's going to happen to them, and you're going to be upset. Where it's going to be like in the first 2 years after signing a max contract, you can't request a trade. It's going to happen, Sean. I think it is.
Now, here's where I'm kind of back and forth between it. I don't have a problem with a guy requesting a trade. I have a problem with you doing it publicly.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, this is a business. It's not about when teams are moving players, and I say this all the time, so forgive my redundancy. When teams are moving players, they're not moving players, they're moving contracts.
Contracts, yep. Say it all the time.
Right? That's what is happening ultimately. Everybody's like, oh, this would be a good deal for so-and-so. Is the contract a good deal for the team? And is the contract a good deal for the acquiring team? Because you're not just getting a player, you're getting a contract that you did not negotiate as the acquiring team. So that's the first thing. But the second thing is that we've seen Blake Griffin re-up with the Clippers and then get traded not long after re-ing up to Detroit.
Yep.
They made an organizational decision to move on from Blake Griffin.
That was bogus.
To Detroit.
They was bogus for that.
Right. So I don't have a problem with a player trying to take some level of control with their career. I just have a problem when you do it publicly.
Okay.
That's my only issue. Just work it out in private.
What's the difference between doing publicly and privately to you? You think it's just like it avoid a lot of the messiness and the media crazy, the media chaos?
The messiness, the media crazy, all that stuff. When Paul George, and this is what I like, when Paul George got traded from Oklahoma City to the Clippers, nobody saw it coming.
Right.
Because Paul George didn't go in or didn't come out publicly and say, hey, I want to be traded. I want to be traded to the Clippers.
Correct. Right.
Now, the word was Paul George had just re-upped with the Thunder the year before. The word was he did the Thunder a favor by re-upping because he was a free agent. He could have walked anyway. The word was that he re-upped, and they re-upped with the handshake understanding that if he has to be traded later on, that they would acquiesce to trading him later on, which they did. And you see what they got back in return, including SGA. So, to me, it's just better if you handle it privately, so don't bring in all of the media nonsense. And I get it. stage of we want to know and we want to be insiders and Adrian Wojnarowski and Shams, and all this other stuff.
You got to be the first guy to say it, Shannon. You got to be the first guy to say it.
And and that drives me nuts. People rather be first than get it right.
That's true. People rather be, because they think if you the quicker, you think you quicker with it, you the best source, and that's not the case. Right. I'd rather be a day late on something and be right instead of being a minute the first person to alert a story and be wrong. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Right.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
But speaking of driving fans crazy, so Sean, I sent you a picture. ESPN dropped the top 100 NBA players list, and it drive fans into a riot. And NBA players, Kyrie Irving was cursing them out, saying they trash. A lot of people was going crazy. So, Sean, I don't know if you remember the picture again. I'm going to tell you right now, because we just do the top 10. I'm not going through 100 players. I'm sorry. If you want to, Sean, I'm sorry.
No, I don't.
I'm not going through 100 players.
I really don't.
I'm going through the top 10. It's the picture I sent you. The list goes exactly. And then after I tell you the list, I'm going to tell you why I had a problem with it. You can tell me if you cool with it or you had a problem with it. Giannis, Jokic, Embiid, Luka, Curry, Tatum, Kevin Durant, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. My two problems is Luka being in the top 5. I'm not with Luka being in the top 5 right now. And LeBron being a top 10 player. That's my only two gripes. And maybe Shai Gilgeous is a little too high off 1 year. I think they put him a little too high for 1 year. That's 3. But those are my 3. The main one I have a problem with is Luka being top 5 for sure. LeBron being top 10, I'm not mad at it, as long as at the back end of the top 10. And then Shai, I don't think Shai should be over AD at least. I'm like, he got to be in the back end of that. Because that's one good year. I get it. Outstanding year.
Mm-hmm.
It was more because there was a shock. Nobody thought OKC was going to be that good, and he played elite. But no, we can't do that. No.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you have a problem with the list? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it?
So I don't necessarily agree with LeBron being top 10.
Okay, I agree with that.
I think LeBron is like in that 11 to 15 range if I were to put it in a range.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
At this point, and this is in no means to slight the career that LeBron James has had. This is talking about where you are today.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a problem with Luka being top 5. He was first team All NBA last year.
Wow.
I mean, he was putting up. I mean, he was doing Luka. Now the team success wasn't there, but he was doing Luka, and he's been All NBA since his second year in the league consistently. All NBA his first year. So I got no problem with it. Got no problem with it at all. And again, the other thing from ESB, and I've been on this for forever. I don't like player rankings. Put them in tiers. Just say, hey, here's who we think are the tier 1 guys. Here's who we think are the tier 2 guys. Blah blah blah. Guys don't complain regardless because everybody thinks they're a tier 1 guy. For the most part. But at the end of the day, the tiers just says, hey, here's a guy we think if this guy's on your team, he can be your best player, and we think you can win a championship with this guy as your best player. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, so Sean, let's rank them in tiers. We're gonna do tier out of top 10, tier 1, 2, and 3. So the 10 people we got: Giannis, Jokic, Embiid, Luka, Curry, Tatum, KD, Shai, LeBron, AD. I think we can go Giannis, Jokic, Embiid, Curry, tier 1. Do you want, unless you want to put Luka tier 1? You want to make a case for Luka tier 1?
I would make a case for Luka and Tatum tier 1.
Tier 1. So we got 6 people in tier 1. So we're gonna go Giannis, Jokic, Embiid, Luka, Curry, Tatum, tier 1.
I would say they're tier 1.
Okay, so then we go tier 2. Is it KD, LeBron, AD? Or KD, AD, tier 2?
Where's Booker?
Booker wasn't there. He's right out the top 10. I think they had Booker at 11.
I would put KD and AD as tier 2.
So then we got LeBron and Shai at tier 3.
Yeah.
And if you had to take somebody out of tier one, because we got 6 people in tier one, who would you take out? For me, I'm taking Luka, if you ask me.
If I had to take one out,
you got to take one out. Giannis, well, we know Giannis the Joker ain't going. So it's really between
it would be Embiid.
I'm cool with Embiid getting put out. I'm cool with that.
If I had to, if you forced me to take one out, it would be Embiid.
Okay, Embiid. It really should be 2 because I'm like, we got 6 people in tier one. Tier one is the top tier, but I feel like Giannis, Jokic, Curry for sure is like the solid tier one. Might be the 3 best players in the league. I ain't mad at it. Let me know what y'all think about that tier list. Tell me what y'all put them in tiers. Rank the top 10 in tiers in the chat. Rankings are dumb. I agree with Sean. Curry, yes, Curry, a top 3 player in the league. Don't do that. So, Sean, you told me early in the show. I want to hear your soliloquy on this. You asked, does the regular season matter when it comes to the National Basketball Association and Major League Baseball? Why did you ask that question, and let the people know why you feel that way?
So I asked the question because I went back after Atlanta, the Braves lost last night. So all 3 teams that won 100 or more games in Major League Baseball this season are out of the playoffs. Done before we even get to the National League, to the championship series. Go into the NBA. The number 1 seed last year, Milwaukee, went out in the first round. You can talk about the injuries and all the other stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Everybody's injured.
That's fine. The year before that, Phoenix in the NBA has the best record, and they go out in the second round. Golden State, who ends up winning the championship, wins the championship as a 3rd seed. We just saw an 8th seed get to the NBA Finals. So it begs the question, does the regular season really matter in the NBA and Major League Baseball? A buddy of mine, we always had this conversation about baseball. You can see it you see it in baseball where a team can get hot August 1st. They've been playing 500 baseball all the way up to August 1st, and they get hot August 1st, and August and September, they are unbeatable. They go on like these 22 out of 25 game streaks.
Going crazy.
They go crazy. They go into the playoffs hot, and then they go on a run in the playoffs. And so it really begs the question, does the regular season really matter for these 2 sports? NFL is slightly different, obviously, because you only got 17 regular season games. We've seen where a team could win 11 games and miss the playoffs in the NFL. But we've also seen more recent history, Tampa a few years ago, with the first year with Tom Brady, they were a 500 football team, basically, the first half of the season. They came back after the bye week, made some adjustments to the offense, brought Antonio Brown in, and then they went on a run in the second half of the season and then went on to win the Super Bowl. But it really does beg the question, does the regular season in the NBA and Major League Baseball matter when you're talking about winning all of these games in the regular season and going out early in the playoffs?
Hey, that's a good case. I guess Chris still heard about you putting LeBron in tier 3. Look, Chris, LeBron old. For him to be a top 15 player at his age is great.
That's
amazing. G Money said regular season does matter to an extent because it does teach you the strength and weaknesses of teams. I don't think regular season matters when the playoffs begins, though. Nope. Chris said, hit the notification bell. Don't miss a great content. Appreciate you, Chris. Here you go. In baseball, that's normal. There are a lot of teams in history that have over 100 wins doesn't make it to the World Series. It's sometimes because the team who wins over 100 games gets cold at the wrong time. So it's about you proving the point that the regular season don't matter. So it's just about getting hot at the right time. So first couple months, we shouldn't just play nothing. We should just chill, relax, and then about time, March, April come, we should just take off then. Nah, it's about, being top 3. Curry about being top 3, that's crazy. Tigers the best team ever. All right. Curry, I meant to say. I think Curry is top 3, bro. I'm sorry. Curry still got it. But let me know what you guys feel about that. We got to go to this quick college football real quick. Also, let's go to this one first. Colorado and Stanford prediction, Sean. Also, if you guys are going to be watching, if you didn't see on the channel, let me go ahead and let you guys know we will be streaming the Colorado versus Stanford game right after this. Is coming up right after Real Take So Fake Debates. We will be live again. Double stream Friday. So, yes, if you guys are watching the game, pull up. Open panel. Yes, open panel. So if you guys are watching the Colorado game, pull up. Let me drop the link in the chat. I think I just spelled Colorado wrong. Oh, well. Click correct. But, Sean, I want to know your predictions for this Colorado versus Stanford game.
I got Colorado winning. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I do got Colorado winning again.
Yeah, I got Colorado winning too. I was waiting to see if Travis Hunter is coming back. I believe he's back. I haven't seen anything that medically said that he wasn't going to play, that he was out. But we're going to wait and see when the game starts. I think this is a perfect game to bring Travis Hunter back. Stanford is not really the best team when it comes to football this season. I think this is one of those, like, what they call that in boxing, what they call that a warm-up fight, the one type of, it's like one of them warm-up games where you could instantly insert Travis Hunter in, and then you can make it happen. One most
he's likely to play tonight, but he'll be on a snap count.
Yeah, he got. I don't want to see off in action that too. If Travis does play, for me, he can't play over 80 snaps for me, Sean. How many snaps he got to play?
I think he probably plays 45 or 50 at most.
That's solid. I'm cool with that too.
And I think most of them need to be on defense. That's just me.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Now, so I don't know if you've seen the video. Shout out to Deion Sanders Jr., Well Off Media. Deion Sanders told the Atlanta Falcons scout who was scouting the Colorado team that he need both of his sons to play for the Atlanta Falcons. Because obviously, the first video that went viral, Deion told Shiloh and Shador, y'all ain't going nowhere. But then when Atlanta Falcons scout was there, he said, hey, if the Atlanta Falcons can get both my sons, I might let it slide. Even though you still can't control that, because I feel like that I was talking to Goat about this. I'm like, if you're a team like that's down the street from them, the Denver Broncos, who need a quarterback, who are you to tell me not to draft Shador? I'm gonna take them. Who a team like the Cincinnati Bengals, who lost a safety? I ain't saying Shiloh can do what Jesse Bates did right on year one, but who telling them who need a safety right now? I can't go draft him. Don't get me wrong, Shiloh and Shador will be nice for Atlanta, especially Shiloh with the defense and Shador on the offense. They definitely need a quarterback, but you can't necessarily guarantee that. But what was your initial reaction to Pram saying it? Was it Pram just being Pram talking in his Pram voice, or do you think it's some truth into him wanting his sons to play for Atlanta? Because it would go full circle.
Yeah, I think, listen, I mean, obviously, he'd love his sons to play in Atlanta where, obviously he started his, professional football career. But I think what he was largely saying, without saying it, was that he would hope that whatever team takes Shador, takes Shiloh as well.
Mm-hmm.
That, they're brothers and obviously they're very close and, and things like that. And Shiloh can play safety at the next level. He can play.
He can play, yeah.
Yeah. Is he a first-round pick? I don't know if he thinks he's a first-round pick, but I think he's a second or third-round pick.
Second or third, yeah. Second, third, fourth.
Yeah. So if you are Atlanta and you do take Shador in the first round, why not take Shiloh next?
Might as well, yeah.
And put them together, And so I think that's what he was saying. And also, not to be funny, but, Deion has said he likes coaching in college, doesn't want to leave college. But if there's one place Deion Sanders could be a head coach in the NFL and fans would go crazy and nuts and would embrace it, it's Atlanta.
I don't see him leaving.
I don't see him leaving either. But I'm just thinking about the one place he could be a head coach in the NFL and the fans would go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be old Georgia Dome. It wouldn't even, they play in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which, whatever. But it'd be rocking like the old Georgia Dome. Now, I've been to both places. The old Georgia Dome used to rock.
So
the Mercedes,
it did, yeah.
It used to rock. It would be like that.
So wait, Charles, you believe that if When Shador Shiloh was going to leave, you think Primer is going to retire from coaching? He ain't going to continue coaching no more?
No, I think he'll continue coaching because I think he enjoys mentoring and he enjoys, trying to, help young men become better. That's who he is. And that's how he's really kind of always been, even behind the scenes. So, yeah, I don't see him, quitting coaching. I think he enjoys it way too much.
We're going to see how it goes. But that'd be crazy if Deion went to. Let me know what you guys feel about that shit. Shador and Shiloh goes to that Atlanta Falcons situation. But it's that time of the show. SB and Sean's picks of the week. Sean, and also, you know what? Our other favorite part of doing our picks. Wait, I clicked the wrong link. Boom. It is the key matchups of the week for NFL Week 6, NFL Week 6. But let's knock out the other games first. So let's go, Sean. I'm ready. I lost last week. I'm feeling rejuvenated. I'm going to get you this week, Sean. So, look, I'm not going to doubt my picks because the other picks we picked the same. I'm letting you know I'm ready. I'm ready this week. You're not going to beat me. We down one. We won 3-1.
Right, yeah.
You 3-1-1.
Yep.
We gonna get this W.
All right.
Give us a motivational speech. Play my theme music like Prime. Play my theme music. We good. We ready. We ready this week, Sean. Let's go.
Let's see. All right, first game Sunday morning in London, Baltimore at Tennessee. In London, I'm gonna give you the first pick on this one.
See, the Ravens been selling. They just lost to the Steelers, which their defense is credible enough. They didn't look as good. The Titans have been looking better. And it's in London. That trip is bad enough. I don't know who gonna be what day people leaving. I'm gonna pick the Ravens.
Ravens left early this week, so they've been over there for a little bit.
Oh, I'm taking the Ravens then. I'm taking the Ravens.
All right. I'm taking the Ravens as well. This is the easy pick for me.
That's easy pick.
They're coming off a tough loss. They're ticked off. The Ravens should be undefeated, to be clear.
They should be.
They've given away 2 games. And no slight to the Colts or to the Steelers, but the Ravens know they should be undefeated. And listen, since that division is tight, is real. So Ravens know they got to start playing their best football. So I'm taking the Ravens by 10 in London.
Okay.
All right. The next game is Washington at Atlanta.
I'm taking the Commanders.
You're taking the Commanders, really? Okay. All right.
I'm taking the Commanders.
All right. I'm taking the Falcons at home.
I knew you wasn't that.
I'm taking the Falcons at home.
The Commanders finna get it done. I'm out on Desmond Ridder. I'm out.
Yeah, listen, I think they're going to win in spite. And to be clear, Desmond Ridder played really well last week.
He did.
Back after that rough game in London, played really well. I don't know if he can do that week to week, and I don't think he has to. But obviously, I'm taking the Falcons by.
That's why I'm out, because he did play. He played good 2 weeks ago. He played bad 2 weeks ago. Played good this week. He due for a bad game. So I'm taking the Commanders.
Yeah, you're a GOAT. Choke yourself. That's not my team.
He's at the bucket. Let me look at the chat. I got the banners. I can't see the chat. You beating your buckshot. Oh,
yeah. All right. Next game. Colts at Jaguars.
Anthony Richardson is out, so I'm going to take the safe pick, and I'm taking the Jaguars.
I'm taking Jacksonville too, even though they got some injuries as well. It's in Jacksonville. But I think Gardner Minshew will play well. The Colts usually play well in Jacksonville, so I'm going to take the Jaguars by 3.
Okay.
Yeah, take the Jaguars by 3.
All right, Jags.
Next game is Carolina at Miami.
All right, just go ahead, right Miami. We can just move on. Right Miami for both of us. We can just move on.
Yeah, I'm taking Miami by 21 in this one.
Miami by 30. I know that they the number 1 passing offense and rushing offense. You know that right now, right, Sean? Number 1 in both.
Yes. Yeah. This is the easiest pick to make.
Yeah, this is if they lose, that'd be crazy.
Next game, Minnesota at Chicago.
Oh God. The battle of the I'm gonna regret this. I'm gonna know I am. I'm taking the Bears.
I'm taking the Bears too.
You taking the Bears too? Wow.
The
I should
Bears
pick
too.
the Vikings just to be petty.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm taking the Bears. No Justin Jefferson. The Vikings defense is very up and down. Again, I think the last couple of weeks, Justin Fields has kind of found his footing. I think he'll do well. It's in Chicago. I'm taking the Bears by 3.
Yeah, Bears. They'll mess around, still lose the game too. That'd be crazy. Probably they'll mess around, find a way to lose.
Yeah, they better not. Next game, New England at Las Vegas.
The battle with two trash teams. Both trash organizations, the Patriots and the Raiders. But I can never find my way. And Jimmy G back. I know he's finna kill the Patriots, but I cannot pick I'm never gonna pick the Raiders, Sean. So I don't care who they play. I'm taking the Patriots, and I know I just gave you a W off this one, but it's cool. I'm gonna take the Patriots.
Yeah, I'm taking the Raiders in this one. Yeah, I'm taking Las Vegas by. I'm taking Las Vegas by 6.
Las Vegas. Yeah. I know, and it's in Las Vegas too, right?
Yes, and it's in Vegas. It's in Vegas.
Okay.
Next game, Philadelphia at the New York Jets.
Philly by like 20. Philly by 20. And then you go like the defense ain't gonna show up. They gonna show up, but it's just like if the offense can't score the other end, they cooked.
Yeah, I'm taking. Yeah, it's in with the Jets. The Jets have played better, but I'm gonna take Philly by 10 in this one.
The crazy part about it is a lot of these Jets games would look way better if Aaron Rodgers was there.
They would. Next game, Arizona at LA Rams.
Rams for me.
Rams. Yeah, I'm taking the Rams as well. Taking LA Rams by 7. Next game, New York Giants at Buffalo, Sunday Night Football.
Buffalo by 40. Buffalo by 40. That's going to be ugly, man.
Yeah, no Daniel Jones. Tyrod Taylor is starting.
Well, Tyrod Taylor might hold on. They might got a chance now. Hold on, wait a minute. Daniel Jones not playing?
No, Daniel Jones out with a neck injury.
Hold on, they might got a chance now. Hold on. The cancer out the way, but I'm not gonna pick the Giants though. I'll be a fool, but I'm taking the Bills. But Bills by 20 now. If Daniel Jones plays by 40, but Bills by 20 now.
Yeah, I'm taking Buffalo by 10 in this one.
I like Tyrod.
Yeah,
Tyrod Taylor is solid.
Yeah, Tyrod's gonna play. I think Tyrod will play well, but I just think the Giants' defense is not good enough, and those young corners are about to get a lesson from Stephon Diggs.
I hope the Giants win just so they can question if should Tyrod Taylor start over Daniel Jones. I hope Tyrod win. Please Tyrod win.
Oh man, yeah, that would be funny. That would be
hilarious. Do we got any more games on time for the key matchups?
Now we got the key matchups. We got 3 key matchups this week.
Let's go.
3 matchups this week. The first one, Seattle Seahawks at the Cincinnati Bengals.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Sean. You pick first. You pick first on this one.
I'm taking Seattle in this one, coming off a bye week. I think they'll be, relatively healthy. Cincinnati's defense is very, very up and down. And I know Cincinnati had they had a great game last week in Arizona, but this ain't Arizona. The Seahawks are tough. They're tough. And so I'm taking Seattle in this one.
I wanted you to just fall for the Bengal trap.
I'm not.
Pick the Bengals. So I gotta do it because how many games we picked different from each other so far?
So far, we have picked only 2 games different from each other.
So we gotta make it interesting. I'm gonna take the Bengals. Joe Shiesty gonna show everybody why he's Joe Shiesty. Geno Smith ain't gonna be able to carve up their defense as much as he is. I'm gonna take Joe Shiesty. I believe in you, Joe. We did it, Joe. We did it. Come on, Joe. Save me. Make it interesting.
All right. Next game, key matchup: Detroit Lions at Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
My right mind is telling me to just go ahead, just take the Lions. But we got to acknowledge the fact that Tampa Bay has looked way better than a lot of teams that expected, and Tampa Bay has punched a lot of teams in their mouth. And you thought it was sweet in Baker and Mike Evans come in there and get the job done. Defense been solid. I ain't saying it's been the best. It's been solid. Offense looked great at some points of times in spurts. But the Lions here is rolling. It's tough. It's tougher than I because like the Lions defense, I like how they run game with Montgomery has been great. Can the Buccaneers stop the run game? How good the Buccaneers run defense been this year?
That's been their Achilles heel defensively, is the run, their inability to stop the run.
Yeah, and the Lions gonna run the ball. So that means Montgomery might go for 2 TDs this next game too. He might.
I think you know what? I actually think Gibbs may have the better game this game.
Gibbs?
Yeah, but that said, I think Detroit will run the ball very, very well.
I'm gonna take Detroit. I'm gonna go Lions.
Yeah,
it's just weird that the Lions are actually just good this whole year. This is crazy to me.
Is it weird though?
It's weird. It's weird.
I mean, look how they built this thing over the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
They focused on the trenches. They made smart moves, getting rid of Matt Stafford and getting the picks they got. And Jared Goff has been
great,
a very good quarterback for them. Yeah. He's still not the guy you're going to say, hey, go out and win the game. But if he plays within himself, they're fine. Yeah. And so, yeah. So I'm going with Detroit football.
That's crazy. Yeah. Just pick the Lions. The Lions the truth this year. I ain't getting any hate on it.
Yeah. Also, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are wearing their throwback uniforms, the icicle orange uniforms this week. So, yeah, I expect them to play just like that.
Yeah, trash.
Yeah, I'm taking Detroit by 7.
Mm-hmm.
And in the final game.
Oh, Sean, we missed one too.
Which one did we miss?
The 49ers and the Browns.
We did miss one. I'm sorry. Yep, we sure did miss one. Thank you. Mm-hmm. San Francisco at Cleveland. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. I got the 49ers.
Yeah, I do too.
Pick the Browns. Why you want to pick the Browns, Sean? Go ahead. Pick.
No Deshaun Watson. I tell you this, if Deshaun Watson were playing, I would have picked the Browns.
Yeah, I would have too. I thought I tried to sneak one in. I knew Deshaun Watson was out. I did. It's gonna be ugly.
PJ Walker starting for the Browns.
49 is about 30.
Well, I don't say that because PJ Walker plays well. He's a decent backup. He plays well. Mm-hmm. They didn't have a real backup for Deshaun when he was out a couple weeks ago. So yeah, but I'm taking San Fran.
What's wrong with Deshaun anyway? What kind of injury he got?
Shoulder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, heal up.
I'm actually gonna take San Fran by 7. I think it's gonna be a closer game because Cleveland's defense is real.
Yeah, no, the defense is real.
This might be the first time we see Brock Purdy look human against a very good defense.
So if Brock Purdy played good this game, then you're gonna give me his respect there.
I told you got to give me a whole season.
So if he go for 400 yards against the Cleveland Brown defense, one of the best defenses in the league, you still got to give a whole season.
He will not throw for 400 yards against Cleveland. I can guarantee that.
But if he do, 350.
He ain't throwing for 350. Not against that defense.
I'm saying what it will take for you. 320, like 320 at minimum. If he throw for 320, what you gonna say?
Is it 320 with 0 touchdowns and 4 interceptions?
No, like 320, 2 TDs, maybe 1 interception.
He had a good game.
Okay, 3 TDs, no interception with 320.
He had a very good game.
Oh, you.
No, no. I told you, I just want to see it for a whole season. Give me a whole season of it. All right, and then last game, key matchup, Monday Night Football, the Dallas Cowboys, the LA Chargers.
Vault up, easy W. We went by double digits. I can't say 20. We went by double digits. We getting them boys up out of here, making them cowgirls cry. I can't wait. I might make a video where the cowboy hat dancing. I might ride a horse and he's laugh with a lightning bolt head on. Chargers, easy win.
I hope it's not an easy win.
I want it to be a blowout.
Well, you know what? I won't be mad if it's a blowout just because it just gets me closer to winning my bet.
What's your bet?
So I have a bet with a Cowboys fan that the Cowboys, he says the Cowboys going to finish ahead of the Eagles in the division.
Oh, he's cooked.
Exactly.
Yeah, he cooked already. He might as well just pay up now.
I was like, I tried to settle with him. If the bet is the bet is for $500. Now, here's the thing: I don't gamble. I don't play daily fantasy or none of that other stuff. But as far as I'm concerned, this ain't even gambling.
That's free money,
right? So I told him the other night. I said, "Listen, you're already 2 games back in the division. We can settle the bet now if you want to get out of it for a little bit less money." So I was willing to settle the bet for $499.99. But he was like, "No, I'm gonna keep going with it." So that's what it is.
Go out on the shield. Look, but I'm taking the Chargers, Sean.
Yeah.
Pick the Cowboys. Go ahead, do it.
Oh God, no. Now, there's 2 reasons why I'm not picking the Cowboys. Number one, Austin Eckler is back.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've seen the Cowboys play the last couple of weeks, teams have figured out a couple of things. You run directly at Micah Parsons. I expect the Chargers to run directly at Micah Parsons to try to neutralize him. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the Cowboys receivers don't get separation. So I expect to see Asante Samuel Jr. in a lot of press coverage. And I expect Derwin James to be in great coverage against Jake Ferguson at tight end. So I'm taking the Chargers. Now, the caveat with the Chargers is Brandon Staley cannot do anything stupid.
Oh, that's going to happen. You might as well just chalk that up. That's going to happen regardless.
Yeah. He cannot do anything stupid to manage the game. That's all. But I think Matt and Bosa get just enough pressure on Dak. Cowboys have not run the football as consistently as they would have liked to this year. So yeah, I'm taking the Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers by 7.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That's the key picks of the day. Oh yeah, I can't wait to see that Charger game with Cowboys. It's gonna break. It's gonna bless my heart to see them.
We might need to pre-record Monday because I know you want to be locked in for that game because normally we on during that game. So
okay, we can probably pre-record Monday, yeah, for sure. Or you just hear me live yelling, Justin Herbert, kill him, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously too. Also, guys, if you guys are watching, I will be streaming the Colorado game right after this stream. Probably gonna make me a quick little sandwich or something real quick. But the stream will be on next right after this. So make sure you guys tune in. Hit the link. Do I got the link again? Let me see if I got it. I already say, boom. There go the link again. Hit that link. Tune right in over on the other side. We will be streaming the Colorado versus Stanford game. We'll be watching it. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, Sean, that's the show, brother.
Yeah, listen. I think MC Robinson had some college picks. Did he have some college picks?
Yeah, did he? Yeah, MC Roberts, there was college picks. Let me see. MC Roberts, you got to drop your college pick again later in the show. Let's see. Did he say something again? No, he did. But also, Sean, I realized something too. This is episode 23. So in honor of episode 23, and we'll get MC Roberts' time because we obviously live Monday and Friday. You got to give me your favorite Michael Jordan and LeBron James moment since episode 23. Only in honor of 23. Favorite MJ and LeBron moment. And MC Robert dropped his college picks after this too.
Just a highlight, my favorite highlight play for them.
Any moment that you feel as your favorite. It could be off the court, on the court, anything. I need one for each player. Episode 23 honoring it.
Yeah, my favorite Michael Jordan moment happened against the Pistons. He gets a steal, keeps the ball in bounds, goes down, catches the ball, and he does a reverse but it's not a dunk. It's like he flips the ball behind his head, reverse over Bill Laimbeer. Just a nice highlight. Probably one of my favorite Jordan highlights. And then LeBron, my favorite LeBron moment is Game 6, 2012 against Boston.
Boston, yeah, he was a dog that game. I don't even gonna lie.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and he wasn't wearing 23; he was wearing 6, which we all know number 6 LeBron is the best version of LeBron we've ever seen on both ends of the floor.
Okay, both ends. Okay,
on both ends of the floor. Because defense does matter, y'all. I know, nobody wants to talk about that. But anyway.
More about that.
But no, just Game 6, just how locked in he was. And it was basically like, get behind me and let's go. So Game 6, 2012, LeBron is probably my favorite LeBron moment.
For me too. For me, my favorite LeBron moment is obviously we're scoring 25 straight on the Pistons. And I was like young looking at that. I'm just like mesmerized. I'm like, bro, this dude is just a killer. And I look, my favorite is LeBron James is the first run in Cleveland. The young LeBron is my favorite version of LeBron. But that game against the Detroit Pistons, knowing how dominant that defense was, just go 25 straight on them. He was just a man amongst boys during that time. He was a killer. And then my favorite Jordan moment is dropping the Air Jordan 13s, man. The best Jordan, Air Jordan 13 shine. I don't care what you say, but now, all jokes aside, my favorite Jordan one probably, realistically speaking, I'd have went back a couple times because I could say the 6th ring with the final shot. But honestly, my favorite Jordan moment was finally getting over the hump of the Detroit Pistons and making the walk off the court. I think that was like solidified the moment of us is like we finally here, we the team. And it feels more impactful because I love Zeke. He from my side of Chicago. We love Zeke to death, but he's still complaining about this to this day. Is Zeke still heard about what Jordan did? The West Side, baby, West Side.
Yeah.
West Side. Oh, yeah. MC Roberts, college picks. He said Miami versus North Carolina, Florida State versus Syracuse. You know Sean gonna pick Florida State. Tennessee versus Texas A&M, and Notre Dame versus USC. What you got, Sean?
So real quick, Jordan 13, second best. So my second favorite pair of Jordans ever.
So what, the 11?
The 11 is my favorite. Yeah,
I respect that.
Yeah, even though I've never owned a pair of 11s, but I'm gonna give me a pair of Space. I'm gonna give me a pair of Space Jams 11 before.
Obviously, I got if my cloud car moving stuff around, so I got the Space Jams chilling right now. I definitely got
I love the Space Jams. Those are like my favorites, and I'm getting a pair as soon as they come back out for reissue because I refuse to pay StockX prices. All right.
Oh yeah, no, that's it.
All right. So Miami versus North Carolina. I know Miami's coming off a tough loss last week against Georgia Tech. I'm taking Miami. I think they'll be locked in after the heartbreak of losing last week. Florida State versus Syracuse. Obviously, Dino Babers has Syracuse playing well, but it's the Noles. Actually, it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a closer game than people think at the Carrier Dome. But I'm taking the Noles in a close one. Tennessee versus Texas A&M. That was an interesting one to me as well. I'm inclined to lean toward Tennessee, but Texas A&M is going to make it interesting. That one I'm kind of back. I've been back and forth when I was looking at that game. I'll take Texas A&M maybe because it's at home, and then Notre Dame versus USC. Notre Dame is going to win this game.
I got Notre Dame too for that one.
Going to win this game. USC, them not having a defense is going to come back to bite them, and it'll be in this game. So I'm taking that one game, and then Oregon versus Washington. That's gonna be a good game. That's gonna be a very good game. Whoops, my lamp fell. Sorry about that.
You good?
The Oregon versus Washington. I'm taking Oregon. Excuse me. Let me rephrase. I'm taking Washington in that one. I think it'll be a close game, but I'm gonna take Washington. I think Penix by far outplays Bo Nix.
Agreed.
So I'm taking Washington in that one, and I think Penix puts himself right there with Caleb Williams in the Heisman, making it a 2-man race for the Heisman.
Look, you hit it right on the head with that one. I'm agree with you with that one. But yes, this has been an episode 23 of Real Takes Over Fake Debates. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you guys. You got us over 2K. Now we're going up to 5, going to 10K. You know you're going to see me and Sean every Friday, every Monday and Friday. So thank you guys for watching. Sean, any closing words? Because, I got to get ready to get on this Colorado stream. This is going to be...
Yeah, listen, y'all be safe this weekend. Whatever you're doing, just be safe. Enjoy yourselves, but please be safe. And we look forward to seeing y'all in these YouTube streets.
Yes, and it's open panel for everybody. Keep asking about the open panel. It's open panel if you're watching the Colorado game. Pull up, Sean. If you know you're handling your thing, watching the game. Any point in time when you watch the game, I know you got to do your thing. Pull up. Let me know what your feedback on the game. I definitely love to hear your feedback on what's going on in the game so far. But yeah, this is it, man. We are out, man. On to the next one. You said you like the new intro. I was working on this earlier at work. Yeah, this thingamajig right here. Cook it up a little bit. Cook it up.
Yeah,
slight bit. You know, do everything.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. But yeah, on to the next one, guys. We appreciate you guys. See you guys on Monday. We are out of here, Sean. We are gone, man. We are gone. Peace, guys. Peace. Don't forget to pull up to the next stream if you're watching the Colorado game. Pull up. All out of here. Thanks for watching. RTOFD.